We're about to dissect a very sophisticated operation that takes the dream of a vacation and turns it into a weapon. This is a forensic breakdown of what's called the hospitality hijack, a scam that preys on our trust and, that fundamental human need to just get away from it all. Just imagine this for a second. You've just gotten off a 10-hour flight. You're exhausted, maybe you've got your family with you, and all you can think about is dropping your bags in that beautiful rental you booked months ago. But when the taxi pulls up to the address, there's nothing there. Or it's the wrong house. The door you saw online is a complete mirage. You pull out your phone to call the host, and the number's disconnected. They're gone. So this isn't just some simple booking mistake. This is what security experts call a logistical hostage situation. It's a calculated attack. It's where your own exhaustion, all the money and time you've already invested, and frankly your hope, it all gets weaponized against you. Your dream vacation has just turned into a full-blown crisis, and now you're stranded in an unfamiliar place with your entire travel budget completely wiped out. Now here's the crazy part, the central paradox that these scammers just love to exploit. We've all been trained to look for and trust those professional, polished listings on the big platforms, right? But in this scam, that very perfection, the stunning photos, the incredible price, the super responsive host, that's actually the biggest red flag of all. The better it looks, the more likely it is to be a carefully constructed digital trap. So, how in the world do they pull this off? Well, to really understand the scam, we have to understand the target. And the target isn't your laptop, it's your brain. Specifically, it's that part of your brain that is just desperate for a vacation. Let's really look at the psychological state that makes us all so vulnerable. When we're planning a trip, there's this internal battle going on inside our own heads. We are completely dominated by vacation anticipation. I mean, that excitement is powerful. Then you add in the travel fatigue as you get closer to the date. So what gets squeezed out? Our logical resistance, our natural skepticism, our critical thinking. It gets suppressed by the pure emotional force of needing this trip to be perfect. And this creates something known as sunk cost vulnerability. It is a profoundly powerful bias. The more time you pour into research, the more hope you invest in finding that perfect spot, and of course, the more money you put down, the more your brain will fight tooth and nail to protect that investment. And scammers know this. They actually use your own planning process against you to keep you compliant. So the crucial thing to get here is that the stakes are incredibly high. This isn't a small inconvenience. We're not talking about a dispute over a cleaning fee. This is the complete siphoning of an entire vacation budget. And honestly, beyond the money, it's the deep psychological trauma of being abandoned and stranded. It can make people afraid to ever travel with that same sense of freedom again. Okay, so now that we've got the mindset down, let's break down the scammer's operational playbook. This is anything but random. It is a clinical, step-by-step intelligence operation, and it's designed to dismantle your defenses one piece at a time. Here it is, the entire 6-phase operation. We call it the hijack protocol. It starts with creating the illusion of a perfect rental, and it ends with your total abandonment. Every single phase is engineered to exploit a very specific psychological trigger. Let's walk through them. Phase 1, visual asset theft. Look, these scammers don't own any of these properties. They just go online and scrape images of gorgeous, high-end homes from real estate listings or maybe even other rental sites. They mirror these visual assets to create a listing that is almost impossible for you to resist. They're not selling a place to stay, they are selling you an impulse. Now this is the single most critical move in their entire playbook, the off-platform redirect. Once you're hooked, the host messages you. They claim there's some kind of technical glitch with the platform's payment system. And then, so helpfully, they offer you a secure private link to complete the booking. Their goal has nothing to do with convenience. It's all about protection removal. The second you click that link, you have left the safety of the platform, you've lost all your insurance, and you've stepped right into their trap. What comes next are the rapport and delay and extraction phases. The ghost host suddenly becomes your best friend, your local guide. They send you check-in details, restaurant tips, friendly messages. This builds a false sense of intimacy, and that intimacy is the master key. They are banking on your dream narrative, all your excitement for the trip, to keep your analytical brain completely switched off. And then they use that trust to extract even more money through that external link for things like fake local taxes or a security deposit. Let's dig a little deeper into the psychology here, because this whole thing works for one reason. It's not hacking the app, it's hacking the human brain. The scam is engineered around predictable cognitive biases that control how we make decisions, especially when we're excited or stressed out. Think of it like you have two competing modes of thinking. There's the vacation brain, which is optimistic, it's trusting, it's actively looking for reasons to believe the dream is real. Then there's the logical brain. It's skeptical, it's analytical, it's looking for flaws. The scammer's entire job is to keep you locked firmly in that emotional, dream-focused vacation brain. And the primary tool they use to do this is confirmation bias. This is our brain's built-in tendency to favor any information that confirms what we already believe. So once we've decided, yep, this is the perfect place, our brain physically struggles to think logically about it. It will unconsciously dismiss or rationalize away massive red flags, like the absolute absurdity of a multi-billion-dollar tech platform needing you to pay with a personal wire transfer. We instinctively work to protect the dream. And that really is the core of it. The exploit isn't technical, it's emotional. They are weaponizing your wanderlust, your deep desire to escape, to have a local experience, to connect. They turn your own openness to the world into the very mechanism of the trap. Okay, so knowing the anatomy of the attack, how do we defend ourselves? The good news is that empowerment comes from a simple tactical protocol. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about maintaining what we call transactional integrity. This is the zero exit protocol. It's a 5-step defense system designed to counter every single phase of the scammer's playbook. It involves audits, image checks, and very strict communication rules. Let's break down the most crucial tactics right now. First, and this is the most important, the redirect audit. The rule here is absolute. If a host ever asks you to move the conversation to email, or to WhatsApp, or to complete a payment through an external link, the interaction is over. End of story. The motive is always, 100% of the time, predatory. There are 0 exceptions to this rule. Next, you need to deploy the image shield. This is a super simple but incredibly powerful technique. Before you even think about booking, save one of the main photos from the listing. Then, go use a free reverse image search tool online. If that same photo pops up for a listing in a totally different city or on a real estate website for a house that sold 2 years ago, you've just unmasked a ghost. And if you are ever pushed to go off-platform, you need this, the platform exit script. I mean it. Memorize this exact phrase. It is polite, it is firm, and it is non-negotiable. A legitimate host who relies on the platform's protections just as much as you do, they'll understand immediately. A scammer? They'll pivot to anger or false urgency. And that's your final confirmation to just walk away. All of these tactics, everything we've talked about, it all boils down to one single strategic principle. If you remember nothing else from this explainer, I want you to remember this. The platform is your shield. Its payment systems, its insurance, its resolution center, all of that is your protection. The off-platform link is the sword that is aimed directly at that shield. A real host wants you to stay behind the shield with them. A scammer's only goal is to get you to lower it. So, now you have the intelligence. You understand the playbook, you get the psychology, and you have the defense. The next time you find that perfect rental, the one that just seems too good to be true, you have to ask yourself, am I letting my vacation brain look for a dream, or am I using my logical brain to look for the truth? That choice, it will make all the difference.